This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1970-73 Carryover League. We have a National League series between fourth place clubs a year ago, the Cubs and Padres. This year, the two teams aren't doing very well either. They're struggling this season, under 500, and really need to get a win in a series sooner than later, or it could be curtains for the two squads. Let's take a look at what's going on thus far. We have it up in Atlanta Yacht Rock, and Rick Russell versus Clay Kirby, and the Padres get a 10-5 win. It is a 5-2 game into the 7th when Billy Williams hits a 2-run homer to tie it at 5 and give the Cubs new life. But then the bullpen fails in the 8th. Ray Newman and Ray Burris do not help the cause. 5 runs cross in the 8th, and before you know it, it's a 10-5 final. The Padres defend their home field, but in Game 2, it's a different story. Game 2, it's Fergie Jenkins against Dave Roberts, who's pitched in tough luck all year, has Dave. Fergie's having an all-star quality year. He's been the shining light for the Cubs. This game is scoreless into the 4th. I'll also mention that playing shortstop for the Padres, Steve Huntz defensively is very poor. He's a 40-34. They hit a ground ball to him in the 1st on a short X. He gobbles it up. With 2 outs in the 2nd, they roll short X again and he gobbles it up. In the 3rd inning in a row, another ground ball short X is rolled, and Huntz, the 40-34, makes an excellent play. You know where this is going, folks, right? I don't have to tell you anymore, right? In the 4th inning, after an out, we have a Jim Hickman walk, a Billy Williams single, a ground ball by Ron Santo to Steve Huntz, and this time Steve can't quite scoop it. That's an error to load the bases for Ernie Banks, and he hits the grand slam. And there you go. The Cubs get the 4 runs thanks to the error on the double play ground ball. We have solo homers by Spazio and Gaston. That is not enough. Fergie completes the game. 7-2 victory. Cubs take over home field, going back to Wrigley. Can they take advantage of it in game number 3? Well, unfortunately, you get the idea why these two teams are under 500, because they can't take advantage of things when presented to them. The Cubs would take a 2-0 lead in the 2nd inning on a 2-run homer by Ron Santo, and they're suddenly thinking about winning these 2 games and getting back into the playoff conversation this year, but no. Larry Gurr falls apart in the 4th and 5th innings. Again, the Cub bullpen is really awful this year. They played poorly, and they have not helped their squad. And what was once a 2-0 lead turns into a 7-3 deficit. Solo homer in the 9th, again by Billy Williams, trying his best to help his team. Sadly, though, the Cubs then lose home field. Final score, San Diego 7, Cubs 4. So we go to Game 4, where the Cubs need to win out. They need to win this game and then go back to the Atlanta Yacht Rock and win a Game 5. Good pitching battle today. For the Padres, they'll send Tony Cloninger out there. And for the Cubs, they're going to send their number 2 starter, Bert Hooton. Really good year for Bert. Hoping to defend home field here. He had a 2.81 ERA in 1972 for the Cubs. Let's get started from the Wrigley Field Ivy. Leading off for the Padres, second baseman Dave Roberts, 1/7 the K. Ed Spezio, 4'10", center X. Center fielder Unser's a 2'5", and he makes the catch. LeRon Lee, 56, bouncer to second. Becker's a 2E10. Makes the play. Bottom of 1. Jose Cardinal, 2-2. Left. Glenn Beckert, 111. Pops to first. And Billy Williams, 55. Skies to right. Scoreless. We go to the second inning. Cito Gaston, 1-6. Let's take a look at Cito Gaston's card from 1970. Probably fell under everyone's radar, but what a magnificent card and year this was for Cito. A .318 average. 584 at-bats, 29 home runs. Great range and arm in center field. This is all-star quality play for Cito, and arguably his best year, with not much of an argument. 1-6 is homer 1-10, and that is gone on a 7. And the Pods take a lead, and we can say they're 24 outs away from winning the series. Ollie Brown, 1-7 Ks. Clay Dalrymple, 6-11. Left X, Billy Williams at 2E3 in left field, makes the catch. Nate Colbert, 56 is a K. Jim Hickman, 111, grounds to short. Ron Santo, 1-8, grounds to short. Del Unser, 1-7. Double 1 to 11's a double. Runner at second for Gary Jested. 67, second X off Cloninger. Robert O's a 4E41. Very porous defense for these Padres in spots. That's an error. An E4. So now you got runners in the corners with 2 outs for Randy Hundley. 69 is a walk, and they are loaded 2 outs for Bob Taylor. 1-8 is a grounder to first. They do not capitalize, and it stays 1-zip Pads. Al Ferrara, 33, short. Steve Hunts, 33, first. And Dave Roberts, 39, flies to left field. Bottom of the third, Jose Cardinal, 55, pumps to first. Glenn Beckert, 53, rolls to first. And Billy Williams, 65, off the Cloninger card, triple 1 to 8 double. He ends up at second base with 2 outs. Tie run at second for Jim Hickman. 48 is single 1 to 18 off of Cloninger. He gets it. Williams has to hold up at third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Ron Santo. But 1-7 is a strikeout. And we go to the 4th inning. Cubs have wasted some opportunities early on here. Ed Spezio, 1-4, flies to left. LaRon Lee, 3-11, is hit by the pitch. Cito Gaston, the difference of the game to this point, 38 is a strikeout. And Ollie Brown, 67, a base hit off the Hooten card. Lee will not run to third to make the final out. He'll stay at second, first and second for Clay Dalrymple, 53, rolls back to the mound. Bottom of the 4th. Del Unser, 2-6 is a base hit. Gary Justad, 6'10", center X. Gaston, a 2E10 in center field. And that turns into a double. Misplays the Ivy terribly there. It's a double. And the Cubs have something going on, second and third, for Randy Hundley. They'll play it back. It's early in the game. 4-12 is a sac fly to left, and we're tied. Runner at second in a 1-1 tie for Bob Taylor. 3-10, skies to right. And with 2 outs, Cardinal. 46 is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs. Glenn Beckert. 58 is a pop to third. Well, gift run there, thanks to the misplay off the 2 center fielder. That's all the Cubs could get, though. It's 1-1 into the 5th. Nate Colbert, 1-7. Let's take a look at Nate Colbert's card. Batting 7th on this team because they can really stroke the ball. And Colbert dominates lefties, and against righties his average wilts a tiny bit. Still has the crushing power. 38 home runs in 1972. Does Nate Colbert. 1-7 is homer 1 to 5 double, and he'll take the double. Al Ferrara, 63. Bounces it to second. This will get the runner to third base. The Cubs will bring the infield up. They are down 2-1 in the series. They can't afford to give away easy runs. Steve Hunts, 67 is a clean single to left field, and Pads retake the lead, 2-1. Dave Roberts, 55 is second X. This should be a double play for Beckert, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. So the Pods take the lead on a bloop single by Steve Huntz, 2-1. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, Billy Williams will lead off. 39 is a walk. Jim Hickman, 1-6 is a K. Ron Santo, 36. Let's take a look at Ron Santo's card of 1972. Hit .302 this year, 17 bombs. 3-6 is homer 1-15 double. He misses it. It's a double. Wind must not be blowing out today. It's a double, and Billy Williams will not run against Gaston. So it's second and third with 1 out in a 2-1 game. The Pods are also going to play it back because you bring it up and that's a 2-run single and you're losing. So they'll play it back for Del Unser. 48 Unser. Oh, this is a clean hit off of Cloninger. Double, 1-19. That is a 2-run double. And in a seesaw affair, the Cubs retake the lead, 3-2. Runner at second, Gary Jestad, 2-7. Let's take a look at this guy's card. Gary Jestad, utility player. A nice card in 1971. He was a Padre, and the Cubs stole him away. That's okay because in the infield, Padres are happier with Ed Spazio and Dave Roberts than Gary Jestad. But Jestad here, 2-7 is single ... That will score another run, and it's 4-2. Cloninger's star 7. He'll stick around and trying to eat up an inning here. Randy Hundley, run at first, 1 out. And 2-8 on cue is a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. But the Cubs have a 4-2 lead. They really need to win this game. They got to hold on to this one. They have a really shaky bullpen, so they're going to push Hooten as far as they can today. 4-2. Ed Spezio. 39 grounds to third. LeRon Lee, 1-4. Right. Cito Gaston, 53. Skies it in the right field X. This is Cardinals, a 2-8 in right field. He makes the catch. Bottom of the sixth. Cloninger will give it one more inning. Bob Taylor. 1-7 is a K. Jose Cardinal. 68 is short X. This is Mr. Huntz, the 40-34 we talked about earlier. Base hit. Cardinal is an A stealer. He is going to take off, and he's going to be out on a 14. No successful steal there. And Glenn Beckert. 1-9 is a single. With 2 outs, Billy Williams. 2-4, grounds to second. 4-2 in the seventh. They have a little bit of defense to bring in to help out Mr. Hooten. And they're going to have Kessinger come in to play defensively at shortstop. And they're going to have the big Ernie Banks will come in to play first base defensively for Hickman. All right, ninth inning. Or excuse me, seventh inning. 4-2, top of the seventh. Bert Hooten. He's hung change up to Gaston in this game, an RBI single there. Otherwise, he's had a nice outing. Ollie Brown in the seventh. 68. Single and a 14 is a base hit. He is a starter 7. You're going to have to break him to get him out of there because they don't like their bullpen. Clay Dalrymple. 2-9 is a walk. Let's take a look at this Dalrymple card. This is a real heartbreaking card if you're pitching here. A hideous on-base percentage for Clay. He hit .204 with this card, but he was sought after because he walked 16 times and 49 at-bats. You add all that up, and it's close to a 400 on base for a 200 hitter. Ridiculous. And that's just the type of ridiculous that just happened here. And now Hooten is a batter away from breaking. Nate Colbert, 2 on and nobody out. 55 off Hooten. Second X. They need the Beckert double play here. And they get it. A 4-6-3 double play. So you have a runner going to third after the double play. And it's Al Ferrara. 54. Pops to second base. Hooten gets out of it. So 2 on, nobody out. He knows. Have him hit it over to the Right side of the infield where Beckert relies, or relays, however you want to say that. Bottom of the 7th, it is stretch time here in Chicago. We are enjoying Syl Johnson's 1969 LP. Is It Because I'm Black? Great LP here. Does some covers, some originals. Let's take you to the title track. I'll give you some little volume here. This is a great tune here by the great Syl Johnson. In the bottom of the 7th, Ernie Banks leads off. Bonninger is a starter 7. He'll continue. 45 flies to left. Ron Santo. 1-9 short. Dale Unser, 59, bounces to second. Dave Roberts, 40-41, base hit. Gary Justad, 47's a walk. 2 out to Randy Hundley. 58 pops to third. In the 8th, 2 batters. Bray Hooten. Hunts. 63, bouncer to first. Ernie Banks is a 3-11. Makes the play. Dave Roberts, 42, pitcher. Ed Spazio, base hit, and with 2 outs, LeBron Lee, 46, skies to center field. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Cubs. Cloninger will exit. Joe Gibbon, take a look at him. Come on to the 8th. It'll be Kessinger leading it off. 47's a walk. B. Steeler being held on. Cardinal, 4-11, right X. This is Ollie Brown at 3-13 in right field. That's your 2-base error. This shows you with a E10 outfielder makes 2-base error. He's an E13, even worse. So he makes the 2-base error. It speeds the game up. 2nd and 3rd for Beckert. You're going to have to bring the infield up now. They're down 2 late. 2-12. Short B. Cuts him down at the plate. Runs in the corners. Still up for Billy Williams. 1-5. Let's take a look at it, folks. Billy Williams, 1970 card. Magnificent. 42 homer, 322. That is gone. And it looks like we're going to be going back to San Diego, folks. 3-run shot in the 8th inning. Excuse me, 2-run shot in the 8th inning. And it's now 6-2. 6-2 with 1 out. Jim Hickman, or Ernie Banks, 2-7 as a grounder to short. And with 2 outs, Santo. 1-4, skies to left field. We go to the 9th. Turn us down a little bit. That's the brilliant Syl Johnson there, helping his Cubs get a 6-2 lead as we go to the 9th inning. Hooten will leave, take a seat after 8 strong innings. They're going to turn it over to their closer, Lloyd Allen. Acquired in the offseason from the Angels. 1971, a 2.49 ERA. One of the better relievers in the American League in that year. He comes to the Cubs to close out games. It's a 6-2 lead in the 9th. All the Cub defense is in there. It'll be Cito Gaston leading off. 2 9s a K. Ollie Brown, 67, single 1 to 9, lines out. And Rimple, 210, cannot get a walk. Skies to center field. The Cubs win. The Cubs win by a score of 6-2. They needed this, folks. Or it could have been curtains on their season. They salvaged a split of the first 4 games, so we have the pivotal Game 5. Ultimate Game 5 in San Diego. Lloyd Allen give him a save and a strikeout. Hooten, though, 6 hits and 2 runs. Nice effort. Able to strand runners, get a double play or 2 in that game. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Gibbon in the 8th struggled with the hit 2 runs, only 1 was earned, and a walk. And Cloninger takes the loss. 11 hits, 4 runs in the middle innings there. Walk 4, struck out 3. 1019, 0108, 61226. 61226, 2553, 5325. Well, unfortunately for both squads, neither team is really going to advance much in the standings. Had there been a sweep by one of these squads, they would have chirped up and said, we are here and ready to battle. But it looks like they're just scuffling along. Somebody has to win this series between 2 sub-500 teams. And let's look at the year-to-date numbers for both squads. The Cubs are now 6-11. Don't blame Fergie Jenkins, though. He has 3-1, 3 complete games in 43 innings. The team's hitting .250 with a .498 ERA. The rest of the Cub bullpens have been awful. Don Shaw, Burris, Ray Newman. Billy Williams, though, has 4 home runs. You saw one of them in 17 games. 6-11. And for your Padres, the land of the yacht rock, they are 7-9. A little bit better situation, but they're in a obviously tough division with Dodgers and Giants. They are hitting .256 with an ERA of .460. Their ace, Dave Roberts, is 1-4. He's been knocked around in a few starts as well. It's not as if it's been all tough luck, but he's been disappointing. Clay Kirby's backed him up. He's 3-1 though. Offensively, LeBron Lee is hitting .333. And yeah, not a whole lot to say about these two squads. We are 227 games into the season now. The league is hitting .261 with a .390 ERA, which has ticked up a little bit. It was down at in the .360 range. Don't expect it to get into the 4s, or it could tick into the 4s until we get to the postseason tournament and the playoffs. Because when the bad teams get eliminated, the pitching gets even better. So he might finish the year around 375, is my guess. 370. But that would be one of the better pitching years we've had in the 4-year carryover league in a while. And I think it is because we don't have as many baseball teams to choose players from in this era. Whereas in the late 70s, we have the Seattle and Toronto teams 25 and 26 to pull extra cards from, and so you have more talent to pick from in the draft. So we're a little bit talent short here in this era. Plus 72 was notoriously a dead ball year. It was a pretty blah season where nobody won more than 95 games. So we'll report back the results of Game 5 in San Diego at the end of this video. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Well, baseball fans, Game 5, back in the land of yacht rock, as you can tell by listening. Fergie Jenkins, Dave Roberts on 3 days rest, the ace of each squad in the pivotal Game 5. One team season probably on the brink, the other team's very close to it. You get the idea. But anyway, Fergie Jenkins gets the complete game victory. A very strange start for Dave Roberts. In the first inning, he gives up 7 singles and 2 sac flies. So if you're tracking the batting average, that's 7 for 7. A run in the second. Then he shuts the door and pulled in the 7th. And that's it. That's all the Cubs could do. But that's more than enough for Fergie Jenkins. Gave up his first hit in the 5th inning, an RBI single with 2 outs. And then he went for that complete game and got it. Masterful year for Fergie. Probably will be the all-star for the Cubs. And what otherwise has been a very disappointing season for both squads. Cubs win Game 5. So it goes Padres, Cubs, Padres, Cubs, Cubs in the series. 1-0-9, 0-1-0-9, 5-13, 1-3. And the Cubs and Padres are both 3 games under 500 this late in the middle of the season. They need to rally to get into the playoffs if possible. They need to rally, though. It's not looking good presently. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.